Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here, and obviously in this video today, we need to talk more about this Cloud9 and LS releasing, firing, whatever you want to call it situation. Right now I'm recording this video a couple hours after the news broke. Right when the news broke, I recorded that video. The video's doing pretty well. Obviously, when this video goes out, I don't know how that'll be doing, but the video's doing well. This is a big story that everyone's interested in, everyone cares about. And at that time, I did my best to get all the information that I had then out. Obviously, this is an ongoing story. This is a story where new information is going to constantly be coming out. So for that reason, I'm going to need to probably continue updating things. I'm going to probably need to make a couple videos on this topic. And also, like I said, I do think this will most likely be the biggest story of 2022, so I also need to treat it accordingly, and I need to probably make a couple videos about it and update it and talk about it and discuss about it, because there's so many different things to discuss here. But even in just a couple hours between the tweets and the news coming out and us going to bed, a ton of more stuff has come out. So in this video today, we're going to be going over what LS has said about the situation, what some other people have said about the situation, and just all the latest information and updates that we have, because there's a lot to kind of take in right now, and I just want you guys to be as up to date as you possibly can be. Like I said, there's going to be more stuff coming out, and I'm going to record this video, go to bed, and more stuff will come out, and EU fans are going to wake up to an absolute shock, but I think this will be a good video. So definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy it. I would appreciate that a ton, and subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. With that being said, let's get right into this one. So first up, I wanted to give all the updates that LS has said. Obviously, he is the most direct person in this whole situation. We haven't heard much from the Cloud9 organization. I don't think we ever will hear much from the Cloud9 organization. It's not really like an org to come out and, do like a tell-all or anything like that. Now, obviously, players, coaches, they can be a little bit different. LS, he might make a video about it one day. He might talk about it on stream one day. Maybe a C9 player will talk about it on stream someday or make a video about it. Who knows? But I don't really expect that we're going to hear much from the org. I think they want to move on from this because they still have a season to worry about, obviously. Now, LS no longer does. But here's what LS had to say about this whole thing so far. He tweeted his first tweet. He said, "I was informed 4 hours ago of my release. So for now, I'll figure out what's next shortly." So he tweeted that right when the announcement came out, pretty much. So this means that 4 hours before Cloud9's game started, that's when LS found out that he was going to be released. Now, does that mean that was the first he had ever heard about this? Not necessarily. Maybe there was some back and forth. Maybe the org was discussing things. Maybe they were investigating things. Maybe they were looking into things. Maybe they were trying to make a decision. And maybe they informed him of their decision 4 hours before things. I don't know. I don't think this was all just kind of happened today. I don't think this all happened right before their game started. I think, my guess, again, very uneducated opinion. I have no idea what happened. Nobody knows what happened. But it's possible, I at least want to throw this idea out there, that it's possible something happened a couple days ago. The team was trying to figure out everything that happened. They were trying to come to a decision, and then maybe they came to that decision today. Or maybe something just happened today, and they felt like they had to make a quick snap decision, and that's what happened. I don't know. Both are very, very possible, but either way, LS says 4 hours before the Cloud9 game, he found out of his release. This is when that all started, and he said, for now, we'll figure out what's next shortly. He also said this. He said, "Lots of people reaching out about my mental health. It's totally fine. I've had a great support system as friends, mentors, confidants. I'm as surprised as everyone else given everything." And some people took this as saying LS doesn't know why he was fired and he's surprised. Like, "Oh, I didn't even know I was going to get fired," or anything like that. And that's absolutely not what this means. This means he's maybe surprised that they decided to fire him because of whatever happened, or, he doesn't agree with the decision. He thinks it's a surprising, shocking decision. He knows why he was fired. He might disagree with it. He might not understand. He might think it's weird, whatever. Some people saying he doesn't know why he was fired. Cloud9 didn't just go up to him and say, "Hey, LS, you're fired." And he was like, What the heck? Why?" And they're like, No, man, you gotta go. No, they told him what happened, or they know what happened, or he knows what happened, or whatever. Again, him saying he's surprised doesn't mean he doesn't know why, or he wasn't given a reason or anything like that. I really don't think or believe that. But that's another thing he said. He also said, I set out to show some things were possible. Gameplay, draft, etc. In that short time, I believe we were able to show a glimpse of it. Even though the journey ends, I still feel satisfied that the team and players were able to showcase what we had and knowing that a lot more was possible. The players and staff are all exceptional, and I have no doubts they can achieve great things. I genuinely hope nothing but the best for them, and I hope they find success. So, hey, classy statement from LS. I'm sure he's devastated. I'm sure he's very, very upset. I'm sure he's frustrated, angry. You know, a lot of different things going on right now. But still to be able to put out a statement like that publicly when he could, you know, lash out. He could throw a fit. He could bash the org. He could bash Jack. He could bash, you know, whoever. Taking the high road, putting out a statement like this, I think is really, really good. But I do think that is everything we've heard from LS up to this point. Again, he doesn't really give us much, but hey, he wishes the org luck. He says he's surprised. He says it's not, you know, his mental health. It's not that he hasn't had good support in North America, nothing like that. And that's kind of where we're at. Now, as far as what other people are saying about this whole situation, we had this from, I don't know, the Portuguese, like, prime minister or a congressman from Portugal or something. He tweeted out, this is in response to Cloud9's tweet. He tweeted out, in case everyone is missing the facts, in his 11 jobs as a coach/analyst, LS has lasted an average of 77 days on duty. He served as head coach for Cloud9 for 78 days. So, hey, this is 24 hours above average. And this was hilarious tweet, banger tweet. Some people will say kicking someone while they're down. Some people will say, hey, it's funny, you know, whatever. I understand both sides of this, but the truth is, everywhere that LS has gone, for the most part, there's been extracurriculars going on. There's been outside noise. There's always something. Like I said, whatever happened here, hoping it's not totally horrible, hoping it's not tragic, you know, not something totally disgusting, anything like that. It's not shocking. LS comes with a lot of extra baggage. He comes with a lot of extra stuff. Him and his fan base, there's always something going on. They're always in the middle of something. Obviously, it's very entertaining. Obviously, sometimes it's great stuff, and he's been able to accomplish amazing things throughout his life and career, but there's always the other side of things as well. And like I said, he's had a lot of short stints at a lot of different places. Like this guy said, hey, this was an above average stint with him and Cloud9 here, so hey, maybe we shall be happy. But either way, hilarious tweet coming from a Portuguese congressman or something. I don't know, super random, verified on Twitter, hilarious. Then we had this as well. Somebody, you know, pointed this out to me that, hey, Joe Marsh, when talking about Travis Gafford tweeted out, you know, when the TSM coach got fired a couple days ago, and Joe Marsh, this is like the, CEO of T1, yeah. He said, wow, kicking a coach after 4 games, that doesn't seem like a good thing. Now, obviously, Joe Marsh and LS are very, very good friends. Was Joe Marsh talking about the TSM situation here? Or was he foreshadowing the C9 and LS situation? This is what makes me think that the C9 and LS situation could have been something going on this whole week. Something could have happened earlier on in the week. Cloud9 could have been like, hey, LS, you know, we're really not happy with what's going on. We need to decide, you know, on some punishment or some consequences or something. You know, hey, we don't know what we're going to do yet, but we're going to talk about it. We're going to debate. But man, we didn't like this, or we don't like that, or hey, we're not happy about this. I don't know. This could be an absolute coincidence, but man, this seems a bit too coincidental for me. I think there might be a little something more here. I think Joe Marsh potentially knew something. Either way, very, very interesting. I don't know exactly what to make of that. We also had Malice in his own Discord. This is obviously C9 Academy's jungler, a guy who's been friends, close with LS, you know, whatever. He said this on Discord. He said, I can't or well, I shouldn't comment on anything. And he did say, just know that there was plenty of reasons. Now, you know, this doesn't sound like Malice is saying, hey, this was totally unjustified. This doesn't sound like Malice saying, hey, there was no reason LS got fired. Hey, this is bullshit. Malice is coming out and saying, there was plenty of reasons why this happened. So what was going on behind the scenes? What was the issue? Was this, you know, arguments, unprofessional talk with players, with other staff, with Cloud9 management? Were there, just arguments and kind of nastiness going on behind the scenes? I don't know, just plenty of reasons. It's obviously very, very vague, but it does make it seem a little bit more like, you know, I know a lot of LS and Cloud9 fans are very confused right now, and they're saying, oh, how could Cloud9 have done this? They're so stupid. They're idiots, you know. This was not a decision that was made lightly. You don't just fire your head coach that you're paying a ton of money 2 weeks into the season for no reason, or because they rubbed you the wrong way, or because you didn't love something. This had to have been something pretty big. This had to have been something that Cloud9 felt like needed to be handled and dealt with immediately and swiftly. And again, this is coming from Malice on his Discord. There was plenty of reasons. I don't know exactly what that means, but I just wanted you guys to know that that's at least what one person is saying. We also have this, Fion on Fire. He said, I've been in esports for over a decade and I've never been this shocked and confused. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I think this will be the biggest story of 2022. A lot of people are acting like that. We also have Travis Gafford, who came out and he released this interview with Max Waldo. This is from right after their game today. And he does say, hey, if you're only watching this because you hope he goes into detail about the departure, you can skip this one. So, hey, he interviewed Max Waldo. They didn't get anything about LS leaving. In the post-game scrum, it was Fudge doing it, and a reporter asking him about the situation. He said no comment. So again, Cloud9 players, Cloud9 coaches, everyone involved is not commenting on this situation. We're not getting a whole lot. We don't have a concrete answer to a lot of this stuff. But I will say, I know a lot of people are saying this is the end for Cloud9. They're finished, whatever. And I do feel bad for the players and staff and everyone, because I do still think Cloud9 overall as an organization has a lot of great people involved. Obviously, they've been really kind to me. I'm wearing this jersey in the first place because of them. I think they have a great roster. I really, really like this Cloud9 roster. I think Berserker is great. I think Blabber can be great. I think Summit, I'm excited to see him here. I think Fudge has the potential to be a good mid laner. But now I know for the rest of the season, every time they lose a game, every time they lose a draft, every time they build a bad item, they're going to be compared to LS. They're going to be flamed for not being LS, or saying that LS could have done better, or I hate Cloud9 now because they don't have LS, or they did LS dirty, or whatever. Like, we'll see what comes out of this whole situation. We'll see what happens. But I do know that Cloud9 season is not done yet. This is week 3 of the spring split. They have a whole year ahead of them to learn how to navigate without LS, to learn how to be a team without LS, to learn how to win and succeed. I do wonder how this will affect some players, especially with all the Korean players and stuff they have going on. Are they going to be happy to function without LS? Are they going to, regret coming over here right now? Is this whole drama show, are things going to get out of control behind the scenes? Maybe, but it's also possible that they could bounce back. Because again, at the end of the day, spring split doesn't matter. As long as they have the ship righted by summer split, this is still a really talented team that could absolutely, qualify for Worlds or something like that. We'll have to see how that goes, but I definitely don't think the season is over. Now, does this make the season a lot more complicated and a lot more challenging? Yeah, sure. It's going to be a distraction. It's going to be difficult to deal with, but eventually they're going to move on from this. Hopefully it's at some point during the 2022 season, but we'll have to see. Again, I do definitely feel bad for all the players and coaches and everyone, who wasn't directly involved with this, who now has to deal with the fallout of it, as well. So that'll be interesting to see how that goes. I don't know. I think that's kind of all I have to say for right now. That's kind of all the big updates and everything. Like I said, more information will definitely come out. I will definitely update you guys as I hear or see more things. It does suck for Cloud9 a little bit because they were really peaking in a lot of ways. I know that so far in the 2022 season, they have been the most popular team in the LCS. It's got to be great for merch sales. It has been great for their content. It's been good for their LCS team as well. And now it's going to be interesting to see what happens to those fans. Do those fans leave the LCS entirely? Do they go to TL? Do they go to TSM? Do they stick with Cloud9? I don't know. It's going to be very, very interesting. But this will be tough for C9 to deal with in the short term. But in the long term, it's possible to get through, with good leadership, good coaching, all that stuff. We'll see how Max Waldo does at the head of the team. I'm skeptical if he's ready for a position like this and how he's going to handle it. But obviously Cloud9 has enough faith in him to give him the keys to this whole thing. But again, like I said, as things come out, I will give you guys more updates. I will do my best to keep you guys on top of this whole situation because there's so much to follow. There's Reddit, Twitter, Discord, YouTube interviews, Twitch, all over the place. And I'm trying to compile it all down and condense it for you guys because I know this is something that a lot of people are interested in. But to my best knowledge, this is all the latest up-to-date information. There's a ton of random rumors, theories, everything going on behind the scenes. I don't want to get into that stuff too much until we actually get something with some more facts behind it. But yeah, I don't know. That's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this whole situation. Do you think Cloud9 is going to be okay? Do you think Cloud9 is finished? I don't know. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, save today, and all my latest content. Hopefully I catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.